Hello and welcome to Girl, Your Health Matters. I am so happy you are here. I am just looking forward to sharing with you everything that I have learned, whether you are a family member, a friend of mine, or even a complete stranger and you just stumbled upon this company. I pray it's going to revolutionize your life and your family, and I pray that you do take something from it because I am passionate about spreading this knowledge. Now, I am going to begin and enjoy. So, a little bit about our vision. We are dedicated to helping women all over the world take control of their health and the health of their loved ones because, of course, we know that your family matters. So, your health matters, your family's life matters. I get it. Our mission is to promote healthy cooking with non toxic pots, and we also promote accountability with cooking and fitness Zoom sessions. A little bit about myself, of course, my name is Sabbath, and a few years ago, I did, of course, experience a health scare, and I started thinking to myself, I need to start eating right. I need to start exercising. I need to start taking better care of my body. And then also in 2023, God showed me a dream about a healthy cooking show. It was like a cooking show. And then within the dream, people were glorifying God. It was just so amazing. I woke up extremely happy and I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Like, Lord, is this a new business venture that you have for me and my family? I had no idea. But then a few months later, when a friend of mine introduced me to these pots, and then the lady, of course, Vivian, she did come to our home and do the presentation, and we tasted our pots. Sorry, we tasted our pots. We did the toxicity test. Sorry, lots of tongue twisters. At least you know now I'm not a robot and I'm a real person doing this recording. But I was so amazed that my pots were so toxic. I couldn't even taste it anymore. I was tasting all my pots, and she did the experiment. It's kind of like a science experiment, and I'd love to do it with you so that way you can see how your own pot tastes. And so that way you can be more aware of these metals that we are actually eating every day. So that's a little bit about myself. I'm an entrepreneur by trade and I have multiple businesses, and this one is very dear to me. So let's continue. Now, the question is, does heart disease begin in childhood? Absolutely. Heart disease can begin in childhood. We need to start now. I don't know if you have little ones or if you have a friend who has little ones, but we have to know that 1 in 3 kids are overweight or obese. And then 3 in 4 children consume excess saturated fat. 9 in 10 eat too much sodium. So please, no more of those salty chips or salty fast foods. We have to take better care of this next generation. Now, I want to learn a little bit about you. Please type in the comments. Do you enjoy cooking or do you view it as a chore? And then also, on average, how many times a week do you eat out? Type it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Okay. And then also, how many percentage of these visits are restaurants versus fast foods? Are you a more restaurants person or do you prefer fast food? I want to hear from you. And then this one is dear to me because my father, when he was alive, he suffered from diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stroke. The list goes on. So if you have a family member of any diet related illnesses, please go ahead and comment so that way I can know or send us a message. We want to get to know you a little bit better. And then also, next question, is it a challenge to get your children to eat healthy? Now, I know sometimes the kids want to eat unhealthy, but you, as the parent, you want to definitely put your foot down. Also, next question, what types of pots and pans do you currently use? Is it nonstick? Is it copper, cast iron? Talk to me, message me. I want to hear from you. Also, what is the most important to you when planning and cooking a meal? What's important? Is it health? Is it time? Or is it money? Next question. How much are you willing to spend to ensure that you and your family eat clean and healthy daily? Now, that number is different for everyone. Like, how much is that number and how much are you willing to spend? How much are you spending now? These are questions that I want you to just pause the video and think about it. Maybe look at your bank statement and see how much money you spent out, how much money you spent in the groceries, and divide it by the amount of days in the month so that way we can kind of gauge and see where you're at currently. And then also, how long are you willing to spend that amount to ensure that you and your loved ones eat clean and healthy? Is it really clean and healthy? Now, I know you're calculating the spend, but I want you to calculate the eating clean versus eating unhealthy. A little bit about us, we do offer affordable monthly plans. The manufacturer that we partnered up with has an amazing finance department, and so this is something that is affordable for all if you do choose the monthly plan. This is something that's very important. Cancer prevention is possible. Did you know that diet is 35% to 60% cause for cancer in your diet alone? That is a high number. And then, of course, tobacco being 30%. Right. And then air, water, pollution, just 5, alcohol 3, radiation 3, medications 2%. So, something that a lot of people don't know, we lose nutrition from our foods from multiple processes. I'm going to share some of these processes. The first one is peeling. You do not want to peel your potatoes before you eat them, or not eat them, cook them. You don't want to peel your potatoes before you cook them. You definitely want to make sure that you are cooking as many vegetables as possible with the peels because God placed lots of nutrients within the skin of the vegetables and the fruits. So instead of peeling your carrots, as sometimes I used to do, just take a food brush and just scrub it really well and eat it because there are a lot of nutrients in there. Water is also a way that we lose nutrition. Now, I know a lot of you, of course, you may throw those potatoes in there and boil those potatoes, but do you know that you're losing nutrition each time you boil with water? So that's another way that we can lose nutrition in our food. So you honestly feel like, hey, I'm eating healthy, but really, are you? I found myself questioning, like, why in this day and age we're constantly taking vitamins? And I'm like, wait a minute, in the Bible, I don't remember reading anywhere where people were taking vitamins. They were just eating the foods that God created, right? Not that high fructose corn syrup or food coloring. And please stop feeding the kids all that candy with the food coloring as we learned that cancer is caused by so many factors, and the highest factor was your diet. Oxidation is also a way that we lose nutrition. Microwave. Okay, each time you put that meal in the microwave, nutrition is being lost. Also, we can lose nutrition from steaming and, of course, high heat. We shouldn't be cooking our vegetables in high heat because you're losing nutrition each time. Vitamins and minerals are leaving each time you cook those vegetables in high heat. Now, I'm not talking about meat because, of course, meat you can definitely cook with higher heat. I'm talking about our vegetables. Now, this is something that is very important. It's a very important process in your healthier cooking lifestyle, in this health journey. It's called the toxicity test. Again, it's a tongue twister for me. Your food is only as healthy as the surface it's cooked on. So you may think you're cooking healthy, but then you come home and you're cooking with toxic pots. So really, are you cooking healthy? Let me tell you about this test whenever I did it in my home for the first time when the healthy Vivian, amazing lady, came to visit my family and I. So basically, she had me test all of my pots and we tasted it. I was gagging. I was looking for just water. Water didn't help. I was looking for juice to change the taste in my mouth because I was like, oh my goodness, is this bleach? What am I tasting? It was so disgusting and very toxic. So I want you to schedule your toxicity test with me today. All you have to do is email, it's free. I will do a 30-minute session, 15-minute session, a 5-minute session, whatever. I need time with you. So please, whenever you are available, email me, even pause this video right now and email me and say, Sabbath, I want to schedule a toxicity test today. I want to taste my pots. Tell me exactly what you're saying because seeing is believing for some people, and I get it, right? Seeing is believing. So, you come home with your fruits and vegetables that you bought from the grocery store and you think you're cooking healthy, but these metals are leaching onto your foods, whether it's meats, whether it's vegetables, fruits, whatever you're cooking in those toxic pots are entering your body, those toxic metals. And sometimes they're even called forever metals because you can't remove them from your body. So that's why you have to start now to start cooking with healthier options. Now, let's learn about cookware. Cookware can leach metals and chemicals into your foods, as I just mentioned. One of the popular pots in the world, of course, is stainless steel. It leaches nickel, chromium, and aluminum. I had to stop using aluminum foil whenever I found this out in 2023. And honestly, now if I use aluminum foil, I'm using that paper before the foil if I'm covering food, right? So I use that parchment paper first, and then I put aluminum foil over so that way the aluminum doesn't touch the foods I eat and the foods I feed my family. So if you're cooking with stainless steel, please keep in mind aluminum is leaching on nickel, chromium into your foods. A little bit more about that toxicity test. The reason why I'm going back there, think about this. One thing that I learned during this journey of mine, we put so much salt and seasoning into our food. So think about it. You're cooking a good meat on the stove and you're adding all these ingredients and you know it's a lot of salt. Like within yourself, you feel guilty. The reason you're doing that is because your pots are literally metals are coming out as you're cooking, right? So they're leaching to your food and it's changing the taste of those vegetables. So it's amazing because I did before and after. I used my pots that I had in the past, and then I used these new pots that are non-toxic. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have to put salt. I don't have to put seasoning. Oh my goodness, I taste the carrot. Like I actually taste the broccoli. I taste the spinach. Oh my goodness, this is delicious. God made it perfect. Oh well, he did make it perfect, right? He's God. And I didn't have to put all those harmful sodium into my food, the seasoning. And so that was amazing, the before and after. My old pots, of course, I had to throw it away because I refused to cook with them any longer after tasting it and doing my pot tasting. Okay, another thing is called nonstick. Everyone knows nonstick is easy to clean, and I get it. But did you know that it's linked to thyroid disease, flu symptoms, and cancer? Again, aluminum. Did you know that nonstick PFOA Teflon chemical is also linked to lots of childhood diseases? Miscarriages have been linked with it, as long as also not only that, not only with birth defects, but also it's been preventing some women from even becoming pregnant because these toxic chemicals are constantly entering the body of women. So please beware. Another one is the ceramic nonstick PTFE chemical or nanoplastics. If you have one of these, you notice that sometimes it peels, and you probably notice it with a lot of your pots. And you're probably like me. I just continued cooking with it, or you're not like me. You change your pots every year or every few months. But where are those going? When you see it's peeling, where do you think it's going? It's going into your body. Another one is enamel, right? It can have lead, and we definitely don't want lead in our body. Cadmium, nickel, chromium, aluminum again. Glass releases aluminum lead, right? So we definitely don't want to cook with that as well. Cast iron is linked to Alzheimer's disease, dementia, inflammation, a leaky gut. Sorry, these tongue twisters. The list goes on and on. I am so happy that you are finally aware. And so, some of you, what are you going to do? You're going to probably Google what are some non-stick or non-toxic pots. But I'm going to tell you, Googling is not going to help you. You need real life examples from people who have done the toxicity test. So if you maybe click out of my link right now or this video and you're like, I'm going to go find non toxic pots myself, keep in mind that this company that we've partnered up with has been around for 70 plus years, and they are trustworthy, manufactured in the US. And we're going to learn a little bit more later. So let's go on. Another one is aluminum. Of course, we know that it contributes to Alzheimer's. Copper. So if you're cooking with pennies, you might as well put pennies in your pots. I had a copper pot, so I'm guilty. And did you know that it's also linked to Alzheimer's and nerve disorders? We have to be careful. Lower grade steel is a poor heat distributor and it needs water, it needs oil, it needs all that seasoning. It's hard to clean. Nonstick is easy to clean, but again, it's not healthy. And these metals are being leaked into the foods and then into people's bodies. Aluminum is a soft metal. It reacts with some foods. So as you're cooking on the stove with your aluminum, it's just having a dance party with your food and entering. Glass is, of course, breakable and it also may contain lead. So we have to be careful. Cast irons can rust. You wonder, oh, okay, it's rusting, but you're still cooking with it, right? I get it. I've been there. Where is that rust going? It's going in your body. I hope you've been awakened by now. Yes, so please be careful. Here we have two amazing owners. Actually, she is the owner. She is the mother of this young lady to the right. And so this amazing mother invested in these non-toxic pots over 60 years ago, and she gave it to her daughter to now inherit. So think about this. Once you make this investment, you can now pass it down to your future generations. One lifetime with the next lifetime, the same pots because they last. And check this out, there's a lifetime guarantee. So if your handle breaks, you can bring it back. And of course, they'll be able to replace it. That's how great it is. Okay. Did you know that the kitchen is the most expensive room in your home? And most people don't even think about it. It's expensive because you are literally helping your health or harming your health. And did you know that 300,000 dollars is the cost for heart disease in America? Now, would you rather spend money to prevent that or spend money in the long run? Trust me, these pots are not $300,000. That's ridiculous, right? But I'm trying to give you a better understanding as to how much healthcare costs. Some of you are in healthcare insurance plans, so you know how expensive it is. So think about it, okay? So think it through. Do you believe what you eat and how you prepare your food can affect how you feel, how you look, how long you live? Chat, please. Message, please. Let me know. Do you think it affects how you feel, look, and live, and how long you live? We all want to live and enjoy the fruits of our labor, right? Who is responsible for your family's health? Now, that question, think about it. It's you, especially you, being that you've watched this webinar. Now, our pots are amazing. You have better taste. Of course, I explained about those carrots and how it tasted like I was like tasting food for the first time ever. It was a brand new experience for me because those metals were not bleached onto my foods. And it's easier to cook with. If you're like me, you're always on the go, you have multiple businesses and you need to cook quicker. We cook with medium to low heat and it goes quick. It's amazing. It goes quick and you will eat healthier because your food tastes better and it's easier and you're retaining all its nutrients. You wouldn't even need to take those vitamins anymore because you're getting all the nutrients God gave us. Amazing. Now, we talked about those enemies of nutrition, right? Peeling, water, oxidation, high heat. All right. So, Let's do another quick questionnaire. What kind of chemicals or metals do you think are in your pots? So, if you're in your kitchen, go and look in your pots and see if you have any of these pots that I mentioned earlier. Also, next question, how much oil are you and your loved ones consuming daily? What about sodium? Do you know that's the reason why we're having to add, as I mentioned, so much seasoning to these pots? Because the pots are changing the taste of these fruits and, sorry, vegetables. Well, if you cook your fruits too, right? Also, meats. That's why you're having to add so much sodium. I remember cooking before and after I made coconut rice, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even have to put as much seasoning as I used to. I was able to fry chicken with the skillet, right? There's also a skillet available with this without seasoning. And I literally saw the oils come out of the chicken and it seasoned itself. So God already provided natural seasoning. Isn't that amazing? God is so good. I'm just so marveled. Like I said, that dream was so prophetic. And I was like, what is this, Lord? And then when he showed me a few months later, I was like, okay, thank you, Father, for this revelation. I'm determined to tell more people about it. Last question. Is your food medicine or is your medicine becoming your food? Hmm, think about it. So, is the food that you're eating helping your body? Yes, it's medicine, it's healing your body, it's providing those nutrients, right? Or is medicine your food? And please, I feel you. Like I said, I watched my dad consume so much medicine daily. Medicine became his food before he passed away. And I don't want that to be the case for any of us. Medicine should never become our food. We want to make sure that God's food is medicine. Of course, my father had no idea about these pots, but this is something that I am passionate, especially because I lost my father to a lot of to a diet related disease. Like it could have been preventable. So that's why I'm that more passionate about sharing this with a lot of people. It's time to invest in your health. So, a little bit about the cookware and the partnership and the manufacturer that we use. They are literally the best cookware in the world. And I'm not just saying this. And here's why a lot of people are getting it. Of course, we talked about nutrition, retention, energy savings as well. You're saving money. Also, time savings. Like I said, if you're on the go, this is the pots for you. Chemical reaction, none of that. This grade of steel is the only grade of steel that is allowed for those implant surgeries that surgeons use. So if it's good enough to be in your body, it's probably good enough for you to eat as well because they use this titanium steel inside the body. And like I said, the guarantee for the lifetime, you can pass it on to different generations and they would be able to still benefit from these pots. All right. Also, other benefits is we do offer, of course, online cooking classes, online or in person. You have lots of recipes, lifetime warranty. You can earn free products through referrals. I was able to earn some free products through referrals. And also, if you want to actually use this to make wealth for you and your family, please reach out to me if you're interested in selling these pots as well. So please reach out because there's lots of tax benefits when you become an owner and join our community. Okay, so we talked about money savings. So you save energy, right? And there's less shrinkage in your food. That's what I noticed too when I was cooking my fruits and when I was cooking my vegetables. I was like, oh, it's still like the same state. That's amazing. And I don't have to peel anymore. My family and I, we are getting all the nutrients, right? No more need for lots of oils and lots of butter and all that seasoning. So, in other words, because of that, you're also saving money in the long run. So, if you see to the right all the money that you can be saving per year. Okay, so let's talk about annual savings. A family of four is probably saving close to 1,000. Family of six, a little over. A family of eight, close to $2,000 per year. That's amazing. You can use that money and donate to your local charity or just save it, however you want to just save. Not only are you saving your life, but you're saving money. Okay, thank you for watching this presentation. I was trying to do it less than 30 minutes because I get it, people's attention span. Again, contact us for that free 101 Zoom session. I want to get on the call with you. I want to understand your situation. And I also want to do that toxicity test with you so that way you can taste your pots as well. So please reach out to us. Info at girlyourhealthmatters.com. God bless you and thank you for watching. Bye bye.